Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Reverend Elizabeth. And Reverend Elizabeth asks a question that I don't think I've ever had before, and that is always a wonderful thing because, you know, those are the best questions because you actually have to think about them for a while. And Reverend Elizabeth asks, if a person who is a trained and experienced oracle finds themselves in a position where they are taking a medication or drug that is known to induce hallucinations, how would they be able to tell the difference between a hallucination and an actual oracle? And I'm assuming this could be a medical type of drug that is simply known to have this side effect, or perhaps a recreational drug that is known to have this type of side effect. It really isn't germane to the question. But how would you know the difference? And I have to point out, first and foremost, that because Reverend Elizabeth specifies that she's referring to a trained and experienced oracle, the answer to this is very different from the answer to the more common question, how can I tell a spirit message from imagination? And I've answered that question in a number of vlogs. You can do a search for them here on Magic TV, or perhaps we'll do another one about them soon. But this question, the person being asked about would have had the experience of bringing through oracles and would have had the appropriate training, and that makes a big difference to how I answer this question. So my answer to the question, how would the person be able to tell the difference? First, having never been in that position, I'm not 100% sure that one necessarily could, but this is what I would think would be the difference. And that is, when we bring through spirit messages, when we bring through oracles, they actually do move through our energetic system. They enter through the crown chakra, they move through the body, they come through the throat chakra, and there are physical sensations that are associated with this. Although different people feel them at different levels of intensity. Some people have no real awareness of them, others have a very great awareness of them. And what I would say is I would just think the experience would feel different. And when you've done oracular work, then you know what that sensation is like. It's not really easy to put into words necessarily, but you know that it feels different from just imagining something. I would imagine it also feels different from hallucinating something, though not having had that experience, I don't really know. But I would think it would be the case. And that difference in feeling would primarily be through the crown chakra. Many people who do oracular work or who do spirit messaging will say that they feel a certain pressure in their head or even a headache if they are not actually bringing through the message. And if you don't bring through a message that's trying to come through, sometimes that headache can be quite intense. So I would say that what you would want to look for are those physical sensations that accompany the oracle, and this would be how you would tell the difference. Again, having never experienced this, I'm merely speculating, but this is what I would think would be the case. So, that would be my take on a very interesting question. I hope you find it helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Reverend Don, super omnibus of incantations and invocations for all occasions. Marianne Kay and I created this massive compendium of magic and artwork for you to use in any way that you would like. There are literally hundreds of spells and hundreds of illustrations, which can be mixed and matched and used in many different ways. Check it out now at witchghoulstore.com.